No. Actually, when Moore approached me about 2 months ago to give this speech, I started thinking about all the people that had spoken before me. And it's kind of, a little bit of a daunting task. We had a great job just done by Welshie here, Timmy Thornton, Johnny Glenn, Mull. I don't know, Faisy, I don't think you did. You didn't speak, did you? Not again. I kind of felt like Elizabeth Taylor's 8th husband. I kind of know what to do, but I'm not sure I'm up to the task. So, for those who don't know me, my name is Brian Curran, as I mentioned. Timmy Cogs used to refer to me, I think, in part and parcel to Faisy. He used to call me BC, you blue plate wearing, cheese eating, Jersey screw. I live in New Jersey, in case you didn't get that. Some people might be offended being called that by Timmy, but not to me. To me, it was a term of acceptance, a term of endearment. If he wasn't breaking your chops, you weren't one of his guys, you didn't think he could take it, or you weren't worth his time. I became friendly with Robbie. We both worked with Solomon Brothers in the mid-'80s. In the late 80s, we both worked with Merrill Lynch at the newly constructed World Financial Center over there. Every day without fail, we'd walk over to the DAC. Timmy was a member of the DAC. We'd play basketball. We wanted to get there reasonably early because the games were pretty intense. There's only one court. The teams were picked by the order in which you came over to the gym. If you wanted to play with your friends, you tried to go in at the same time, and hopefully, you were number 4 and 5. If not, you kind of had to be weighted out there. The court was quite different from the courts of today. They're far cry from, I guess, today's courts. It was small, dusty, hot, unair conditioned, but it was home to us, and we loved it. As I mentioned, the games were fierce. It was first 1 to 8. We'd survive. Other guys had to get back to the end of the line, or they were relegated to go downstairs and go to the 5th floor and ride the bikes. So, there's a lot of people here today who played over there. The game was filled with, the gym was filled with a lot of Division 1, 2, and 3 athletes. We all were there trying to get a workout. Some notable basketball players that used to go over there. David Calandrillo was a player at Seton Hall. Brian and Kevin Moriarty is here tonight. Matt Bruss, who played at St. John's. Terry Nolan played at Providence. Terry Hobby. Frank Giglio was a Stonehill boy. Glenn Jackson, Kevin Dunleavy, and Nick Sotel, to name a few of the hoop players. Right around Heisman Week, there used to be a lot of professional players that would come over there. Chris Mullen used to come over, Doug Flutie, Brian Brennan, who played with Doug at Boston College, Mike Dunleavy, Kevin's brother. A couple of occasions there were some other celebrities that were pretty famous that were kind of fun. Mike Powell, who was a world record holder in the long jump, came there. He was an absolute killer on the court. He was the fastest guy you've ever seen in your life. Charles White, who was built like a rock, and his only coop could describe him, absolutely the worst black basketball player you've ever seen. Other athletes from other sports were over there. I'll mention a few. There's a lot of them here tonight who just want to get a sweat. Eddie Schreier, Mark DeGennaro, Jimmy Rogers, Chris Patillo was here. 2 guys that were lost in 9/11 as well, Glenn Wall, Willie Odenthal. Kevin Woods is here tonight. 2, Terry and Owen McVeigh, Andy O'Keefe, Roger Daly, Jimmy Corcoran, Greg McCass, 1 Robert Emmett Coughlin, a pretty tough defender and fair assist man. Dennis Coughlin, who I'm told in his day could dunk. I've never witnessed it, but I can certainly vouch for the fact that I saw all the Coughlin boys dunk a few Budweisers. I really, at the DAC is where I really got to know Timmy and became close with him. He looked like a much thicker Pete Maravich, with longish hair, thick, saggy socks, and colorful pair of Chuck Taylors. He was known for his physical, in-your-face, tough defense. But he also had a knack for knocking down a few clutch jumpers. You hated to be covered by him because he wouldn't let you breathe, much less get a shot off. But you loved him, he was on your squad, because he played with such passion it became infectious. Our routine was to play hoop every night until exhaustion, and then quench our thirst in one of the 2 bars at the DAC. The Mowbray, which is the 3rd floor bar named after the former president of the club named Jack Mowbray, or the piano bar in the lobby known as the Hishi Bar. The Well, the bar was named by Timmy Cogs. He felt there was a piano player in the bar that he felt had both male and female qualities. Dave stuck. So if he told anyone he would go to the he sheet, they knew exactly where to find him. Two quick stories about the DAC. When Robbie and I first joined over there, Timmy was kind of in the spring, and then Timmy asked us to play basketball in Bay Ridge in the summer. And so the game plan was to go over to the DAC, get changed, and get a cab right over to Bay Ridge. The plan was going well, so we got changed, we went down the elevator, Timmy hits the third floor button, stops into the Jack Mulberry, picks up 9 Budweisers. It's Robbie, Timmy, and I. It's a 10-minute ride to Bay Ridge. I got my first indoctrination into lack of Timmy Coughlin. You work hard, you play much harder. That's the way it was with Curran. A little postscript over in that Bay Ridge League. We ended up winning the league, much in part due to some of the guys I mentioned before: Frank Giglio, Mike Boyer, Danny Leary, Robbie Coughlin, and no short part due to Timmy, who was essentially played boxing one against the best shooter on the other team, and just rendered the guy ineffective. Quick story about Timmy that occurred in the Jack Mulberry. As I mentioned before, after we finished working out, we were not opposed to quenching our thirst in the Mulberry. Whenever you walked in the room, the game was on, no matter what the season was. Occasionally, there might be a wager on one of those games. Walter Donovan reminded me of a classic Cougar. The moment occurred while watching a close basketball game. Timmy John had money on the game. I can't recall the exact teams, but one of the teams that Timmy had needed to score a few points because they were trailing. There was about a minute left in the game. The coach substituted a few new guys in the game. On subsequent trips down the court, this one fellow on the team shot 2 3-pointers that weren't even close. Timmy turns to all of us in the bar and goes, "Would you look at that guy? Not a drop of sweat in his ball bag, and he's shooting threes on my time." Sorry for the off-caller, but that was Cougar. I think Sean McCooley, I don't know if Sean is here tonight, but he once said that Timmy Coughlin was the only guy he ever met in his life who had just taken the greatest dump of his life or was about to take the greatest dump. A couple of quick stories regarding that comment. One of them has to do, I'll call it throw a little water on it. For those of you, some of you might have heard that before. In returning from one of the boys' weekends, which usually consisted of about 1,000 Budweisers and lousy bar food, Timmy John had to relieve himself in an airport bathroom. This particular effort was rather fulsome. It had an awful bite. Because as he exited the stall, a complete stranger remarked to him, "Whoa, my man, throw a little water on it. That red meat is bad for you." Timmy loved telling that story. He used that line off. Throw some water on it.